This is my current monitor configuration, an ultrawide in the middle sandwiched between a monitor on top and bottom. But why? Well, someone asked what I thought about having a bottom mounted display, so I thought I'd try. Hi, I'm David, and which is a better stack setup? A monitor on top or bottom? This triple screen setup is one monitor too many for my liking, so I'm gonna take one away. The question is, which one? Top or bottom? First, let's talk about how I set this up. Mounting a monitor on top is pretty simple. Go with a dual mounted arm or use an extra tall mount like I did, and you're on your way. Mounting the bottom monitor is slightly more challenging, and I guess you could also use a monitor arm to float the monitor underneath, but the cheaper way is just to take the stand off and prop it up like a picture frame. Not great as a permanent solution, but good enough for this experimentation. Although, one of the challenges I found with the bottom mounted monitor is just a lack of physical space. At my ideal height, there's just not enough space between the main monitor and the desk to angle it up perpendicular with my eyes. This means that I'm always viewing the bottom monitor off axis, and definitely affects the colors and the quality of the display. I could solve this by using a smaller, thinner monitor on the bottom, but it's definitely not as flexible as a top mounted monitor, where basically the sky is the limit. Now let's talk about comfort. I get asked a lot, is having a monitor on top comfortable? And it depends. If I'm just shifting my eyes to glance at something on top, or if I lean my chair back to lounge and watch a video, it's comfortable enough. But anywhere in between where I need to bend my neck frequently or hold it up for extended periods of time, it starts feeling uncomfortable. The bottom monitor, on the other hand, feels a lot more natural. Just like looking down at papers or your keyboard on the desk, it's a much more common motion, so I do prefer looking down over up, especially if I need to do it regularly. Looking down all the time might not be the best for posture, as it encourages us to hunch over, but in the battle of comfort between top versus bottom, bottom wins out, slightly. Another thing to consider is touch capability. So this isn't a touchscreen, but I feel myself constantly wanting to reach out and control items on the screen with my hands. Switch songs, scroll through web pages, open up apps. We're so used to doing this with our phones that I naturally want to do this with my bottom mounted screen that's just inches away from my fingertips. Unfortunately, touch desktop monitors are pretty scarce and quite pricey. But if I ever catch a deal on a small touch monitor, I might jump on it because I think it might be a really interesting experience. And finally, the design and look of it. What do you think looks better, top or bottom mounted? My opinion, I think top mounted setups just look cleaner, and I like having a clean open space to work with on my desk. This bottom mounted monitor just wastes too much room. So in the end, I'm probably going back to where I started, a top mounted monitor configuration. While I find the bottom monitor more comfortable to use, and I think a touchscreen here would be a pretty awesome experience, the screen size prevents me from angling the monitor properly with my eyes, and takes up a lot of space on my desk, which is annoying. It also takes a lot away from the clean design of my setup. But those are just my thoughts. Anyone else have any questions? Hope you guys enjoyed this one. You know what to do, and I'll see you in the next video.